Hi guys, this is Beto Chingon, and today I'm trying to locate a leak on an AC unit on this older Nissan Sentra. Just an old Nissan Sentra, nothing special. And you're gonna see oil here and there, whatever. But anyway, I'm trying to locate a freon leak here, and I mean, back in the days, we're talking about over 50 years ago. No, my apologies. Over 40 years ago, I learned something from an air conditioning guy over there in Sinaloa, Mexico. Okay, the guy was an installer, and he used to do repairs for air conditioning. But anyway, I learned from him that we can actually use air pressure to check for leaks, and of course, the old school bottle with soap, soap and water. So anyway, most of the people back in the days, they used to use R12, and they used to put freon and use the leak detector and stuff like that. Well, this guy actually used to use air pressure. Most of the people will say, "Oh, don't use air pressure. Your system is gonna fail. You're putting like air into the system. You're gonna get the system dirty, this and that, blah blah blah, whatever." Anyway, this guy was installing air conditioning units and fixing air conditioning units for brand new systems that the dealer was putting. He was actually, sometimes when they were having problems, he was fixing them. And there was cars that didn't have air conditioning systems from the factory. This guy used to install the air conditioning systems to those cars. I still remember the guy, his name was Domingo. I don't know if the guy's still around, but anyway, I learned from that guy. And there was a worker that he had at that time. His name was Luis. Anyway, Luis and myself, we used to work doing the air conditioning installations. I was just a 15-year-old kid, cutting dashboards, and from brand new cars, and making holes on the floor for the drain and the whole thing, and doing the air conditioning installation. But anyway, that's a long story. But anyway, what I did learn from this guy is he used to put air pressure. And he used to put about 300 pounds of air pressure to the system. And if you can take a look here, I already put air pressure myself, okay? I already put air pressure, and I use a simple compressor that I made myself. I made this little compressor out of compressor from a refrigerator. As you can see here, this is plain and simple. I just removed the compressor from the old fridge. The compressor was working. Oreo, move back. And anyway, I just added a fitting here. I made all the connections using this star capacitor, whatever it's called, and I made it work. So I put this extension, okay, and that's my compressor. I use that one to put pressure. The average compressor, you're not able to put out over 300 pounds of pressure. Well, this one you can do it, okay? I use this one for car air conditioning, and for residential air conditioning, and for commercial air conditioning. Like I said, I never use freon. Okay, I never use freon to check for leaks. By the way, this car is not the old R12 anymore. This car, I believe it has I think it's, let's find out what freon is this. 134A, that's what it is. Okay, so it's a newer freon. And this one, it doesn't really damage the ozone layer that much like the old R12 used to do. R12 was terrible for the ozone layer, and that's why they changed to the 134A. And that's what they're using currently for most of the air conditioning and residential devices and cars. I think they're also using it now for refrigerators. And they're just about to change to a different type of freon. But anyway, let me show you guys my compressor here. By the way, you guys notice I got over 300 pounds of pressure, but we have a small leak that is so hard to detect that my air conditioning guy, he actually put when I say my air conditioning guy, by the way, just for you guys to know, he learned from me. It's my brother. He owns an air conditioning company, and of course, he learned from me the old school way, but he didn't learn all my tricks. So he learned, and that's his, excuse me, And now his business, you know, he's always checking for leaks here and there, you know, whatever. And the way he does it is he puts that dye into the system, you know. He'll put the green dye into this. He'll put the green dye into the system, and then let his machine check for leaks, do the vacuum, do the charging, the whole thing, you know. So anyway, he put the green dye. He did the vacuum, and, you know, he charged the system. He puts the amount of oil that is needed, whatever. Anyway, he charged the system. He let it run, and it lasted probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 days or about a week, you know, working. But the leak was there. The problem is such a small leak that the green dye didn't show anywhere. So he was not able to locate the problem. Well, I did. Let me show you guys. And this is just with air pressure. I'll show you guys here. Okay, there. You guys, I don't know if you guys can see how. See there? There's a little bubble there. And that's where the leak is. That green stuff that he was putting, it didn't come out. But you can see there's a bubble. And soap is able to show me that leak. Simple soap. But I'm not putting the pressure that you get out of a regular air compressor. A regular air compressor is only going to be able to give you about 120 pounds. Well, I'm putting 300 pounds. So 300 PSI. That's what I'm putting. You see that big bubble? That's where the leak is. What does that mean? Well, I have to replace that hose. After I replace that hose, I'm going to check for leaks again. Make sure everything's working properly. But I think that's the only problem we're having. And we can just charge this air conditioning again. And we're back in business. This is an old car. It's a little 2000 Nissan Sentra. Okay? And honestly, I'm not the kind of guy that is going to be like using freon and using the machine to evacuate the freon and all that, you know. I go with the old school stuff, you know, the stuff that really works. Okay? My brother's into the newer stuff, and that's good because that's his business. It's not my business. I just do this for my own vehicles, and that's what I'm doing here. So anyway, you guys noticed that was a leak. Anyway, I already showed you that. You've seen that big bubble there anyway. And if you take a look at the air pressure is not going down real quick. See, it's not going down real quick. It's almost a leak that is so hard to detect, and not even that green dye was able to detect it. Okay, so my brother kind of gave up, you know, on this. So he knew sooner or later I was gonna have to figure out what the problem was, and I did. As you guys can tell, see that? You can see the bubble again. So anyway, just gonna have to I'm gonna have to release the pressure and remove that hose and order me a new hose and put a new hose. After I put a new hose, I'm gonna check for leaks again, and then I just gonna let my brother charge it. On that part, I let him charge it, you know, because I don't have the equipment anymore. By the way he does it, you know, is he'll go to this label here, you know, and that will tell him the amount of freon that he's supposed to put for this vehicle. And it says here amount, as you can see, and it'll tell you how many pounds you're supposed to put or how many kilograms you're supposed to put, and it tells you there. Okay, and that's what he's going to be putting. But anyway, that's after I put that hose. I need this AC working properly. This car is going to end up somewhere in Mexico. Okay, this car is going to travel all the way to a place in Mexico. I'm not going to tell you guys where. That's going to be a surprise for some of the next videos. Okay, so anyway, that's how you fix that's how you locate an air conditioning leak on a new on an air conditioning system. That's how I do it the old school way. Okay, this is the old school way. This is not the new way. Okay, remember, all the technicians, they use freon, they use leak detectors. I didn't use that. My brother was trying to do it like that, and he was not able to locate the problem. It was such a small leak that he was not able to locate the problem. But I did. Just pure air pressure and soap and water. That's it. Thank you guys. Until next time. And like I said, we need more subscribers, okay? Just remember, we need more subscribers. That way we can keep uploading this kind of videos and other videos. By the way, our videos are going to be tutorials like this of how to do things. And Our videos are about different places, different places to, you know, to go have a nice vacation. I mean, different kind of places, or different things about like solar systems, computer systems, construction systems, you name it. We do different kind of stuff. We're not just limited to something. As you guys can see now, we're talking about air conditioning. Okay, this is something that I learned, like I said, over 40 years ago. Okay, thank you guys. We need more subscribers. Have a good day. Bye.